So a nonprofit organization is a living, breathing thing. Things are going to happen. So you have to be adaptable and use data-driven decision-making to help you get back on track or stay on track. In this video, I'm going to give you some concrete examples of how to use data-driven decision-making to help your nonprofit move forward in the best possible way. As you manage your organization, things change, right? COVID happened. Federal grants are being decreased and possibly shut down. You have to be able to pivot and take the necessary action, sometimes in a quick manner, to get to the next step, to find your new funders, to find your new partners. So if you have systems in place, like a QuickBooks Online, like a Fathom platform that's looking at your key performance indicators, you're going to see where your gaps are. As an example, going back to the nonprofit community center, when we found out that we were going to have to close our senior center, we found out the impact of that by looking at our financials. How much were we actually going to lose, bottom line? How much did we have to replace to keep the organization sustainable? Looking at the large nonprofit, they had a profit center that they thought was a profit center. But when we got deep into the books, we realized it was a loser or barely breaking even, and it was a lot of work. So if you don't have that detailed reporting, looking at each of your programs or projects, and not just looking at the total picture, you don't know where to cut, you don't know where to make changes to help the organization move forward. So along with data-driven reporting, it's so important with a nonprofit to tell your story. And using data-driven storytelling is key. In the organization I've been closest to, the executive director is an amazing speaker and writer, and she could weave stories of the organization's rentals or parties they were having or special needs populations that they were helping, and put her passion into it in a way that would make others want to come alongside and be a part of what we were doing there. So data is not only boring reports and spreadsheets. Data is also telling your story and helping you to get it out there so others can help you to increase your mission. So with your organization and you as a nonprofit leader, what stories did the data tell you that you could share? How can you frame what you're doing in a way that would make people that read your story want to get involved? For me, it has been the nature park at the community center that I was a part of. That was exciting to me. And when I talked to people about it, they could hear the passion. But I also had numbers. I could tell them how many people were playing disc golf and how many people were coming to hike and bike on the nature trail. So it gave it validity, but it also showed the mission and the passion. So you can bring both. You can bring the data and you can bring the passion. When you combine them, that's when people want to get involved. I hope this video on data-driven decision-making has been helpful to you as you guide your nonprofit through sometimes troubled waters. So in the next video, we're going to talk about governance, accountability, and ethics, very important topics for your nonprofit. Be sure and stay tuned for that.